Bienvenue and welcome to Angerville, a small town in the Essonne region of Ile-de-France. With over 4,000 residents and a rich heritage, there is also a passionate love of motorsport here, thanks to the former mayor, Gabriel Thirouin. It was he who founded the Circuit International d'Angerville in 1962, where French racing legends such as Laurent Aiello, Olivier Panis and Alain Prost have cut their teeth on their journey to superstardom. In 2019, Angerville is the venue for the first round of the FIA Karting European Championship. Former champions include Lewis Hamilton, Sebastian Vettel and Max Verstappen. Who will be next? The drivers have just 8 minutes to set the pace in their timed qualifying session and are then split into 6 groups based on their best lap times. The top 6 overall will be the lead driver of the individual groups, and every driver will then have 5 heats each, where they will eventually meet every racer on track at least once. The task in the heats is to score as few points as possible, with 0 for a win, 2 for second, 3 for third, and so on. The 34 drivers with the fewest points will make it to the final, and the top 10 overall score points for the championship, 10 for the heats winner, down to 1 for 10th place. Then comes the final, with the point scoring system identical to that of MotoGP, for each driver in the top 15. It's a tough weekend, especially with over 70 drivers in each category. Let's be passengers on board with Robert Dehaan for Energy course around the Circuit International d'Angerville. Only 50 metres to the first corner from the start line, very heavy braking required for a sharp right-hand hairpin. Straightening up, avoiding the curbs and down the stretch to another tight right. Very bumpy at the braking zone, power out with smooth rhythm. Through the chicane, ease off the power for the left and guide the kart through the second apex, back on the brakes as you hit the slowest corner on the circuit. On the power again, ride the curbs and maintain full throttle out onto the back straight. It's a long time to the next braking zone, but it's a fast right turn that greets you. Dab the brake, carry the speed and hold on. You'll brake harder still for the next hairpin, and the kart is trying to drift away, so get back on the power, hold the apex through the next left and approach the double apex left, keeping the kart fast and smooth before getting back on the brakes for the final left-hander now. This feeds into the tight hairpin right that opens back out onto the home straight for a blinding lap. 1198 metres in less than a minute. A fantastic lap around Angerville. The junior category for 12 to 14-year-olds is set to be better in 2019 than ever before. With 73 drivers from all 4 corners of the globe, the challenge begins now. The water-cooled engines are 125cc 2-strokes, limited to 14,000 revs per minute and producing 29 horsepower, coupled with Vega tyres, hydraulic rear brakes and 20mm butterfly carburettor, and with drivers on board, the minimum weight is 140 kilograms. For some competitors, this is their first major step on the international karting scene and will prepare them for the challenges of competitive motorsport for the rest of their careers. For others, this is their second or third attempt at claiming the European campaign. And as far as they're concerned, it's time to bring your very best cards to the table.
It's a lot bigger, there's a lot better competition because everyone's from the world here. But at the end of the day, all the best drivers are the same. So I think I'm just going to go and try and do as best as I can.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good track. I'm fine. I think I can do this European Championship. Second time in the European Championship. I think I fight for the championship. We need to learn to work a lot, me and the team, but it's good.
It's quite difficult because you have to work a lot. You are working every time and every time you improve. It's quite difficult to work.
I have a duty where I look after the kids on the track and off the track. I make sure that they are happy when they're here, that they are comfortable in the team. We travel so many days together during the year, and a lot of them are without parents here or family members, and it's important they feel at home and with family here. It's very pressuring for a lot of drivers, and they carry a lot of pressure, not only maybe from home, but from sponsors or similar, that it's important here that there is somebody to, take care of them even if the results are not good or even without the pressure. I will always be around and care for them.
Yeah, I'm really excited for the first round. It's a lot different to what it's like in the UK, but I'm really excited for the new challenge. So It's going to be really good.
It's and away, we're racing in the European Championships. Perfect start from the front end for Tuukka Tarponen. Kucharczyk is going to try and come through in a second and has done so. And a spin for the front of the grid for James Walton. And it's caused pandemonium. I think that's Massimo Capieto. And also in trouble is James Walton. So James Walton, Massimo Capieto, and the other driver out of the race, unfortunately, is the Finn, Samuli Metsalmi. Up for the inside line of the lead of the race. Ugo Mugachukwu trying to come through past Kucharczyk. And they're squabbling away as up the inside goes Thomas ten Brinker. He goes out 2 wide, and that's his teammate. They're going 3 wide as they're on the outside. Comes the 258 of Evan Gilter. Up the inside, there goes Conrad Larsson. He makes the move on his teammate ten Brinker. Ten Brinker now comes up in a third position. But the 2 leaders have got clear. Tuukka Tarponen and Timotas Kucharczyk are away and clear in the lead of the race. Third position is an absolute dogfight. There's been a collision up at the turn 10 hairpin as we go into turn 4. 2 of them have come together. That's Max Dodds. Oh, what a shame. And also in there is Christian Bertucca, the Italian, are now out of the race. That is such a shame. Wow, poor Bertucca and poor Dodds. And then 1.2 seconds back, we've got Thomas ten Brinker in third from Conrad Larsson. And up the inside, that is Alex Dunn making the move. Now, interestingly, did he make the move on the yellow flags there? Because there was a kart being manoeuvred on the inside line for the 5th time this weekend in 6 starts. It's been a really exciting battle for the drivers as they work their magic on the far side. But Tuukka Tarponen has an amazing lead. Second is Timotas Kucharczyk and third is Thomas ten Brinker. There is a danger that for the top 3, this could already be settled. You have to feel for the drivers that have already fallen by the wayside. 6 retirements from this race already. Samuli Metsalmi, Massimo Capieto, James Walton, Artem Sevryukin, and also out is Christian Bertucca and Max Dodds. Now, I'm not sure what happened to Artem Sevryukin, but Tarponen is doing a fantastic job in the lead of this race. He started his European campaign in the highest possible manner. He probably wasn't a name on most people's lips coming into this weekend, but everybody knows him now. Tuukka Tarponen running out onto the main straight once again as he continues his charge forward out in European competitions. And here in the European Championship, oh, looks like Enzo Tree and Matias Ferreira have come together and they've shuffled down the pack. So under investigation apparently is Maxim Solotov, the man who won in the heats earlier on today. And there's another incident under investigation according to the Digi flag. That's 255. That's Matias Ferreira, the Brazilian. Now I wonder if that was to do with his little contretemps with Enzo Trulli. Thing to close up. And Kucharczyk, he's not waiting around. Conrad Larsson says, right, you're going too slowly. You're holding us up. And into third position goes Conrad Larsson past his teammate Thomas ten Brinker. That is not what the Dutchman would have wanted to see. 2/3 done. 14 laps down, 7 to go. And what a... Oh, now that is the 252 that's gone. Now I'm afraid that is Lawrence de Querta, who won the heat earlier on. So Lawrence de Querta is out of the race now. He's absolutely devastated. It was looking like today was going to go better for him after his win earlier on. Out in front, it's still Tarponen. Then Kucharczyk in second, and in third place it is Conrad Larsson in front of his teammate Thomas ten Brinker. They will pass the scene of the incident for Lawrence de Querta as Tarponen goes down the straight. Look back, there is second place. That's how good Tarponen is being today. Nobody's taking this win off him. What a performance it's going to be for the course of the season. But Tuukka Tarponen is running away out front with Kucharczyk looking to be 5th. Up the inside for second. Finally the move comes and it's a double bubble. To second and third go the Ricky Flynn twins. Did Jamie Day get through? Well, we're watching Ugo Mugachukwu. I think that is, no, sorry, that's Kucharczyk battling with Marti. Day's got through, and now Marti's got through. You better get on with this, boys, because the Emirati is not going to back down from a fight. Here goes Thomas ten Brinker into the right-hander. He goes through. Jamie Day's going to try and come back at him now. But Thomas ten Brinker in second position. Jamie Day makes the dive for Conrad Larsson, and what a move it was from the Emirati side. Now Josep Marti is looking to attack as well. Around the far side comes Conrad Larsson, but that opens the door for Marti. Oh, contact! Two of them gone together. That's Conrad Larsson coming together there with Evan Gilter. Gilter and Larsson together on the penultimate lap. Tuukka Tarponen wins in brilliant style. Domination in Angerville. Thomas ten Brinker comes through for second. An unbelievable 6 seconds back. And Jamie Day comes through for third position. But the moment of truth is here now for the Finn. Tuukka Tarponen gets a handshake from Josep Marti. Tuka Tarpanen wins then from Thomas ten Brinke and Jamie Day. Josep Marti in 4th place from Ugo Chukwu. 6th is Nikita Bedrin from Timothus Kucharczyk and Alex Dunn. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our drivers to get busy with the fizzy! Congratulations to our FIA Karting European Championship podium in the junior category here at Angerville. Jamie Day, Thomas ten Brinke and your race winner Tuka Tarpanen!
I have unbelievable feeling. That weekend was really nice and my car and engine working very nice. I want to say thanks to my mechanic, Kohtala Sports team, mechanic Oskari Kortti, team Kohtala Sports and family. Yeah, this weekend was unbelievable and my car and engine was super. I want to say thanks to my mechanic Oskari Kortti, team Kohtala Sports and family. I'm strong in Genk track. I like Genk track, is very clear.
Final was pretty hard. We didn't really hit the pace in the end, went off a bit. Still managed to finish P2 and happy about the about the final. It's my home track. I live about 2 hours from there. We've been there a lot. The speed is good, so I'm really confident to go there, and I hope we can take the win there.
Yeah, the start wasn't obviously the best, come around the first corner in 9th, but after that just picked them off one by one. It wasn't the easiest, just had to pick my moment at the right time and just do it cleanly as possible without crashing. Been to Genk before and hopefully to take a win there as well.
We was testing here, it was maybe 3 weeks ago, 2 days with the Finnish Federation coaching group. And then we was driving also this France champion race here 2 weeks ago. So all my drivers knows this circuit quite well, and the speed was all the time good in practice, time trial, heats and final. Good weekend. I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe there is some secret things behind, so maybe I will not tell everything for you.
Maybe Scandinavian power, no?
That's maybe true. If I look Taponen, Genk is one of his favorite track, so for sure he will be strong there. Last year he was driving 2 or 3 races there, so and with quite good result also. He have experience, so for sure also those 3 practice days enough for him, I think.
The OK category pits the best karting racers from around the world aged over 14. 50 of the world's best will now commence the battle for glory. In the senior category, the 125cc water-cooled 2-stroke engines allow more power to the drivers, with a limit of 16,000 RPM and producing 39 horsepower. But in OK, the karts have the power valve, which makes all the difference over 1 lap. Plus the 24mm butterfly carburettor, a minimum weight of 145 kilos, and those grippy LeComte tyres. There are 2 types of driver in this paddock. Firstly, the racers who are aiming for the likes of Monaco, Indianapolis or Le Mans. For the second group, they are the elite professionals of international karting. And if you can beat them, you really are one of the world's best.
It's a little bit difficult to understand the track because it's new for everybody and we are still making some mistakes. But it's getting better and better.
Well, I hope both of us will be on the top. I think there's a lot of good competitors this year, also from other brands. Last year, me and him, we were quite dominating through the season, and I think this year is going to be tougher, and also different brands will be closer.
Also, there are like a lot more junior drivers, which makes it a bit more tricky because they're more young, a bit more aggressive, let me say. So it's a hard challenge, especially for me without the driving. I think the target is a bit different. I think last year for sure we came to every race to win, and here is to find my rhythm and to make the best out of it.
Knowing his speed at the moment, if he wins, I'm happy because it means I might be close. So yeah, sure. The grid is a lot younger, a lot more junior drivers this year, which I think has actually made it quite tough, to be honest. Yeah, last year we had the likes of Nielsen, Vidales, Hiltbrand. Some are still here, but definitely still a younger grid, so a lot of people are quite fast and it's still very tough this year.
Yeah, I was a junior driver last year, so this is a new year. I mean, the first year in senior for me.
It's tough. It's very tough. It's twisty. It's you got to be very consistent. It's hard on the tyre, and you have to make minimal mistakes. So it's tough.
Actually, the pressure when you are in the World Championship is high because you don't have to do any mistakes. You have to do the best possible. Last year I finished in second, luckily because I was very fast, but something finished wrong, so I couldn't win, but I was happy like that. And now this year I will try my best to try to be again on the podium or win.
We go, and it's a perfect start for Patterson. Valtonen's not going to get a great one. Gabriele Mini's going to surge through to second. Barnard may surge through to third position. Valtonen's trying to hold his own, and he keeps third place. He's only lost one position. They come through the second hairpin. There's a lot of jockeying for position, but it's Patterson out front for Mini in second, Valtonen third, then Barnard, Van Toff, and that is the 116th in position. That is Kaz Havercourt in front of his team leader, Pedro Hilbrand. And there's contact further back. There's 6 of them that have all gone in together. Joe Turney has collided on the 140 is in there. That's Carl Anton Gerner. The 158 is in there. Now that is Thomas Imborg. We've got a couple of others in there. Maya Berg is involved in it as well. Oh, and Joe Turney is having a really big argument with one of the drivers out there. But so many big names have gone from the fray. Coluccio out, Imborg out, Berg out, Gerner out, Pico out, and Turney out as well. As Gabriele Mini is now under pressure from Juho Valtonen. Now Mini took on and beat Hilbrand in a fair fight earlier in the weekend as Bogdanovic makes the move to get past. Is that Pedro Hilbrand? Yes, it is. So Bogdanovic passes Hilbrand, who goes down to 9th position. Nico Handke and Josh Dufek from Artem Fonseca, Frank Chapard, Thomas Nepveu and Lorenzo Flusha. So Barnard is now making his bid to go up into 3rd position, but Dexter Patterson has set another new fastest lap out front, and it's the first lap that's sub 49 seconds, 48.991. He is the class of the field out front. He just needs to keep this going, essentially. Patterson is your leader. 2nd place is Valtonen. 3rd is Gabriele Mini. 4th is Taylor Barnard in front of the 2 CRGs. It's Kaz Havercourt. Delano Van Toff even. Yeah, Kaz Havercourt's a junior. Delano Van Toff is there in the Forza Racing kart, in fact, being chased down by the CRG of Bortoletto. Then it's Kaz Havercourt and Lorenzo Travasanuto, the Italian. Especially on this ultra-hot circuit where air temperature is 23 degrees. It's a little cooler than yesterday, but that means that the track temperature is about 29, 30 degrees Celsius, and the rubber does stick like a top surface of glue around this circuit. I've walked around it a few times this weekend, and every time I end up coming away with rubber on the bottom of my shoes, and I haven't even been anywhere near a kart. And we're watching a good midfield battle as well. That's the thing about this sport. There are race battles everywhere you look. So there they are, squabbling away in the midfield. And this is the important thing. You've got to keep pushing no matter where you are in the field, because you don't know what's coming around the next corner. You don't know if there's going to be a 5 or 6 cart pile up, or you don't know whether the guy in front of you is going to have a mechanical failure. You've got to keep pushing and keep digging. This is such an unpredictable sport. You're going to remember yesterday when Pedro Hilbrand was leading by a country mile, a good 2-3 seconds clear of the rest of the pack. And then going into the last lap, the kart inexplicably crawled to a stop. Dexter Patterson still leads, but the gap is down to 7/10 of a second. Gabriele Mini is now the fastest driver of all in the second split. He's catching up. The big question is Gabriele Mini going to catch and fight with Valtonen before Valtonen catches and fights with Patterson? And Dexter Patterson running beautifully. 2nd Valtonen, 3rd Mini, 4th Barnard, 5th Delano Van Toff, 6th place the treble 1 of Gabriel Bortoletto, the Brazilian. He's going to get closer to him than he has been since the start of the race. But Gabriele Mini knows that there's a good opportunity to go for 2nd position, opening up in front of him. His body language seems to suggest irateness and frustration. He wants to go further up the field if he can. Messrs Vasseur and Katala on the sidelines must be chewing their nails down to the bone at the sidelines in the tension and frustration. And I'm sure that Marco Parolin is probably sweating gobs with Gabriele Mini charging after 3rd position, but going for 2nd as well. But Patterson is in the lead from Juho Valtonen and Gabriele Mini. Once he's settled into the rhythm, Patterson is just too hard to catch, too hard to box out, and way too hard to outfox. You've been absolutely euphoric all weekend long. Just the 6th place in the earlier heat was the only blot in his copybook. But what a performance he's put in with Juho Valtonen and Gabriele Mini. He's already a junior world champion. He's on the run to the European. Dexter Patterson wins here in Angerville. What a moment for the Sauber Karting team driver. Absolutely stupendous. And he shakes hands with Juho Valtonen after an amazing fight for the victory from this young superstar in training. Fantastic from Dexter Patterson. Absolutely magic. Valtonen, a fantastic 2nd place, and a 3rd for Gabriele Mini that he can be proud of too. Taylor Barnard is there in 4th position in front of Dilana Van Top and Gabriel Bortoletto from the Renzo Travasanuto and Kaz Havercourt. Alessandro Orlando and Jenny Savico come next from Pedro Hilbrand and Matthias Morgato. In the FIA Karting European Championship to get busy with the Fizzy! And that's the first thing Dexter's not quite managed right this weekend. Congratulations to our 3 drivers on the podium. Ladies and gentlemen, to Gabriele Mini, Juho Valtonen and our race winner, Dexter Patterson.
Yeah, it was a really hard race, really long. Yeah, just about maintaining the tyres properly. But yeah, Juho was every lap very consistent, so I had to sort of equal him every lap, and I think we did a good job. I've not been to the track yet, so we'll go do some testing in a couple of weeks, and then we'll see from there. But from what I know, it's a good track, and I look forward to it. The speed's been good all weekend, and in the final it was all about maintaining that speed and keeping consistent, and yeah, just watching behind and make sure they're not catching. Anything can change. It can be a certain track that suits drivers better, but we see when we go to Genk, it could be a totally different story, but hopefully we've still got good pace for the next race, and I look forward to it.
Overall was really good weekend for me. Big thanks to Kohtala Sports and Ocean Power for the engines and my mechanic and all sponsors. Tight final that Patterson made little gap in the start, and then that was same in the end of the final, so was that tough final. Yeah, really good weekend for us. Tapone wins juniors. He dominated juniors all weekend, and I was 2nd now, and so really good weekend for us.
This final has been a really hard race. Dexter takes a little bit of gap at the first lap, then was hard to catch him again. Juho passed me, and then I stayed behind him for all the rest of the race. I couldn't catch him anymore. For sure I will try to do my best for the championship, but all you said, there are a lot of good drivers, so it's not going to be easy.
It's been a good weekend for sure. Not easy having UC's guys behind us chasing. Started on pole and managed to do, let's say, a great final. Not easy to have Valtonen and Gabriele Mini behind him, chasing him, but a great race. So we are really, really happy. No, of course we are relieved. You start the championship with a win, so it's good. But a big thank to the whole Kart Republic team. It's not just the people behind Sauber. It's Dino Chiesa, who's the team principal, Slavio Andreatta, who's the technical director, and all mechanics. And a big thank to Ayami guys for the engine. So everyone have done a great job. Looking forward to Genk. And hopefully we're going to be up in the front again.